So we looked at aggregate functions in DAX. And in this video, we're going to be looking at how to create date tables in Power BI using DAX. Now, a date table is important in Power BI because it makes it simple to organize and analyze data by date. So you can always use it in your analysis to filter your data or create visuals with dynamic time periods. And in this video, we're going to be looking at how we can create those tables, date tables with DAX. Now, in our work and what we've been doing, we have a date table that comes with the date, and that's our calendar table. And that's something we can always use to filter our data dynamically. But assuming you do not have a calendar table and you needed a date table, there are two ways to create that. The first is by using the calendar function. So how do we do that? We're not going to work in our measure table. We're going to create a new table because a date table is a separate table, an actual table on its own. So we're going to create a new table. And we'll go to home, and then if we go to the table view, you should see new table. So brings up this place for us to write our DAX, and I'm going to call this dates table, and I'm just going to say is equal to, and we're going to use the calendar function, and the calendar function takes in two arguments. The first argument or the first parameter is the start date. So you have to enter your start date and you have to enter your end date. Basically, where do you want your calendar table to start from? What date do you want it to start from? And what date do you want the calendar to end at? So I'm going to call my calendar function calendar. And first I need to enter my start date. My start date, I'm going to start from the 1st of January 2024. So 2024. Make sure you wrap your dates in double quotes. 2024 0101. I close my double quotes, and that's my start date. For my end date, I want it to be end of January. So I do 2024 end of let's do end of January 2024 01 and 31 days in January, I believe. Close that, and then you close your parentheses, and you click on enter, and then you automatically you see your date will be generated. So you can see we have dates starting from 1st of January 2024, and it goes up till, let me move my face away, up till 31st of January 2024. We can always change the date format. If you click on that column, you can always change the date format. So I want it to show let's do long dates, and shows me Monday, January 1, 2024, Tuesday, January 2, 2024. And that's how to create a date table. This is our date table. And we can always use it to slice data, assuming we did not have a calendar table in our data set. We can also tweak this. So assuming let's say I wanted the calendar table to start from today to the end of the year. There's a function called the today function that I can do instead of putting an actual date. So there's a today function which gives me the date. So that makes it dynamic. So meaning tomorrow, today is I'm recording this on the 19th of October 2024, and that's the date it's going to be. So if I do today and I call that today function, my start date is today, right? And my end date will be 31st of, I want my end date to be 31st of December 2024. If I click on enter, you would see that my start date, I'm recording on October 19th, starts from October 19th. And this is very dynamic because tomorrow, this Power BI is going to see this as it's going to start from October 20. So it's not going to consider any date prior. So this sort of makes it dynamic. So that's basically us creating a date table using the calendar function. Now let's look at the second function. But before we do that, let's delete this. We wouldn't need it. We wouldn't need this. So I'm going to just delete it from model. We're going to look at the second way to create a date table using DAX. So same method, we're going to just do new table again. And this other method is the calendar auto function, right? Basically, the calendar auto function, what it does is that it scans through your data model to and finds the earliest date and the latest date in your data model, and then creates a date range using that earliest and latest date range. So we could just do date table equals to calendar auto, and I could just call calendar auto function like this, and it looks through all the data I have and um, gets the earliest date and then the latest date, and then creates a date range for that time frame. So if I click on enter, you can see it has determined that my earliest date was 1st of January 2018, and I had data up till 31st of December 2020. Right, so that's the calendar automatically just scans through and gives me all the dates within that date range. So that's how we can actually create um, date tables in our data model if we do not have a date table. So I'm going to delete this. And in the next video, we're going to be looking at other time functions in DAX and how to use them. So stay tuned and see you in the next video. Thank you.